Let's go across to our reporters joining us live. Arun Dhanta at the Ambedkar International Centre. Payal Mehta is also present there. And then we'll circle back to Aman Sharma in the news pit to try and understand the significance of this stamp and what is the messaging that comes from this stamp. So, Aman, I'll come back to you after we get what the sense of the preparations on ground. So, Arun first. Arun, what's happening on ground? Whereabouts are you? And who all are expected to attend the centenary celebrations? Is Mohan Bhagwat ji also going to be there? Or is it going to be Dattatreya Hosable ji and along with the Prime Minister? Who from the government are going to be there? From the BJP are going to be there? What kind of preparations have been made?
Well, Anand, I am right outside the Ambedkar International Centre where Prime Minister Modi, of course, will be releasing that postal stamp and commemorative coin at around 11:15. That's what we are told. As far as, of course, the people who will be attending this, Mohan Bhagwat will not be here. RSS's General Secretary Dattatreya Hosable and various union ministers will be participating in this program here. It's a very, very special, as we've been discussing about this day for RSS and for the BJP. Let me quickly show you a glimpse of this area here. You know, this is, of course, you can see the board also here of Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh 100 वर्षों की गौरवपूर्ण यात्रा का Smaranotsav, and this is of course the Ambedkar International Centre. Prime Minister Modi will be reaching here somewhere around 10:30. Has already posted on X also about this special day, and you can see, of course, the security is very tight around this place. Prime Minister Modi, of course, will be going after this for the cabinet meeting, so he'll be reaching here very soon in half an hour from now. And as of course you've been speaking about the role which RSS has played in the life of Prime Minister Modi, and he has not shied away from saying that. He has spoken about this multiple times, that how he started visiting RSS Shakha at the age of 8 in Gujarat, and then he, at the age of 21, he became a full-time pracharak in Sangh and did various programs, events for the RSS in that area, in that state of Gujarat. And then, in subsequently 1985, he was sent to BJP, and then rest is history. So Prime Minister Modi, of course, has been speaking about his experience, the lessons that he has learned, seva and sacrifice, and also, most important, the discipline that he has learned. Everything has come from the attachment and the background of RSS that he has. So as we've been, of course, discussing about this special day, 2 days are very special. Today, of course, when Prime Minister Modi releasing that postal stamp and that commemorative coin. Tomorrow, of course, the Vijay Dashmi, the Grand Vijay Dashmi day, when Mohan Bhagwat will be addressing the gathering, the Swayam Sevaks there in Nagpur. Along with, of course, this time around you will have former President Ramnath Kovind and various other dignitaries from different countries participating in that.
Right. Thank you for that, Arun. Yes, why Vijay Dashmi becomes important for the RSS? Because the RSS was founded by Dr. Keshav Baliram Hedgewar ji on the occasion, on the day of Vijay Dashmi. It takes its inspiration from various songs and the motives largely towards building character, building the country, Rashtra Nirman, and to continue to power on, to motor on in the face of all adversities. We will have Arun Anand and also Ratan Sharda ji joining us in a bit. But Payal, what is expected today and how significant is this occasion?
It's a huge occasion given the fact that the RSS is holding its centenary celebrations. Like you were mentioning, Anand, that lakhs and lakhs of programs have been organized, and every individual associated with the RSS has their own story about their journey, how they've learned up the ropes, how they've learned to manage themselves better, how they've learned how to be disciplined as well. The Prime Minister is a man of great stories, and that is something which we are hoping that he'll give out some of his experiences, through his journey up in the RSS. It's not just the Prime Minister, various ministers in the government have in fact come in from the RSS background as well. I remember very clearly on multiple occasions Amit Shah telling us about how his journey has been, to join the Shakas, given the fact that his mother was a staunch Gandhian. So all of these things remain very important to the Prime Minister. Will also be very, 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 very nostalgic given the fact that he is going to be part of the centenary celebrations of the RSS. Somewhere that has been a part of his parent bodies, his learning days, his formative period of his life, with the fact that he had to leave home very early in his life, and from there to come to become the Prime Minister of the country. that is something one is really looking forward to. Of course, the annual Dussehra celebrations which take place tomorrow is always of great importance to see what message the RSS and the Sangh really wants to give. But the precursor to this was already witnessed when the RSS chief held a press conference in the national capital a couple of weeks ago, answered all the questions that we had asked, telling us what the RSS stands for and how their contribution has been immense. But very rarely have you seen the Prime Minister speaking about the RSS from a huge platform like the Red Fort that he did this year.
Yes.
So it's going to be significant to see what more he adds when he speaks at the gathering today.
No, an organization that has been often vilified, castigated, banned, incarcerated, and somewhere in the narrative largely driven, a leftist narrative, as many would say, was ostracized and seen as an orthodox entity that was here to corrupt Samaj. Their definition of Hindu was not understood. Hindutva, as they talked about, Rashtra Nirman, as they talked about, was not understood. And it was also seen as a bigoted and true chauvinist. Now, we'll try and break all those perceptions and understand that. Sunil Ambekar ji has spoken with us. We'll also have Arun Anand and Ratan Sharda, core RSS thinkers and also who've been regular with the interactions with the RSS and its thinking. We'll go across to them also. But first, before you weigh in, gents, namaste and Jai Hind, let's go across to Aman Sharma. And Aman, there are two aspects to it. One is the coin and the other one is the stamp. So first, let's understand the stamp with you and Ratan Sharda ji and Arun Anand. And then we'll also talk about the coin in a bit. Payal and Arun, as in when you have any updates on ground, we'll try and come back to you. And if you can make your way in, Arun, and show us pictures, and perhaps if we have access of how the celebrations have been lined up at the Ambedkar International Center, it'll be great to take our viewers through those pictures also. So over to you, Aman. What's that stamp behind you and what all does this comprise of? How many sections, what imagery, what does it talk about?
Well, Anand, see, I think the tone was set by the Prime Minister from the Red Fort when he said that the RSS is like an Akshay Vat. And, it's like the big banyan tree. It's the biggest NGO in the world, and it's a devotion to people, and, the sense of coming together when it comes to helping people in need is immense. And I think that is reflecting both in this stamp, which will be, released by the Prime Minister in the next 1 hour, as well as the special coin, which is being released by the Prime Minister. So on this stamp, what is very, very interesting, Anand, is what is there on the top. This is the RSS cadres, Gantantra Divas Parade 1963 में RSS Swayam Sevak. This was a big occasion. This is something Anand, RSS takes a lot of pride in, because in the 1962 India-China war, the RSS played a yeoman role on the borders, helping the soldiers in the way they could, the rescue, the relief efforts, people who were wounded, our soldiers, they helped them as well. And Jawaharlal Nehru had actually acknowledged that. He had said that, RSS played a very great role in the 1962 India-China war, and that is why Mr. Nehru invited the RSS to be a part of the 1963 Republic Day parade at the Rajpath, which we now know as Kartavya Path. And they were a part of that parade. That's the only time they've been a part of that parade. But the RSS takes a lot of pride in this, because they say even Jawaharlal Nehru, a government which effectively banned them, after 1947 for a brief period, made a turnaround and acknowledged their efforts and made them a part of the Republic Day parade. So I think very significant that the government has put this on the top of this dark ticket. This will now be on all postal dark tickets. Whenever you buy it, this image will be there. Then below that is the image of the relief efforts that the RSS carries out. It's called the Seva Karya, something that also RSS takes a lot of pride in. This is done, without any other consideration. It's done purely with social service at its center, and that is why the Prime Minister said they are the biggest NGO in the world. So I think the Rashtra Seva ke 100 saal, 100 varsh, Rashtra Bhakti, Seva or Anushasan.
Yes.
These are the three words that have been used on the very significant Rashtra Bhakti, patriotism, that the RSS is essentially a patriotic organization. Seva, service, then they believe in service, and Anushasan, that RSS is an example of great disciplined organization. So I think this stamp, Anand, carries multiple messages, and I think they are also maybe a message also to the Congress.
Aman, if you can just shift a little to your right, we're just trying to get that entire thing on a full screen along with the Seva, Anushasan, and this on the screen for our viewers to just soak this in, because the messaging is important, isn't it? Rashtra Seva, 100 years, 1925 to 2025. Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh talks about Rashtra Bhakti, Seva, Anushasan. And most importantly, for those who say that the RSS does not acknowledge the tricolor or the Tiranga, well, there they are at the Republic Day parade.